I hope the slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, very good evening, my dear friends. Today, this is Dr. Padala Tirupati, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany. So, faculty exchange program between two women's degree colleges, degree and PG colleges. That is one of the prestigious institution in Reddy College in Hyderabad. That is RBVR Women's College, Hyderabad, and GDCW Jagitial, Government Degree College for Women Jagitial. So, very good evening, Dr. Manjula Madam Garu. Thank you very much. So, very good evening, my dear friends. Today we are going to discuss about the new topic of microbiology, that is virus. So, generally, this slide is visible. Next slide, introduction of the virus.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay,
Only first
good,
slide only.
good. Now,
Yes, sir.
okay. So, our topic is viruses. Generally, viruses are unique group of the infectious agents. The range between um, so the range in size from about the 20 to 40 nanometers diameter and have the simple composition we are observed in the viruses. Virus is a pathogen. Virus is a pathogen which they are causing different diseases in plants, animals, including human beings also. So these are all parasites. They are all obligated parasites. That means one parasite or one organism entire their life they are living like a parasite. So our viruses are obligate parasites and they are intercellular parasites. They are intercellular parasites, intracellular parasites. So first discovered by viruses were first discovered by a Russian scientist Ivanovsky in 1892. The first discovered virus, that is tobacco. Solanaceae family member, tobacco virus, that is tobacco mosaic virus, TMV. Tobacco mosaic virus. Is it right? Who first observed this virus, my dear friends? Ivanovsky, Russian scientist, in 1892 first observed and described about the virus. They are causing tobacco mosaic disease in tobacco plant caused by tobacco mosaic virus. Am I clear? And the general characteristic features of the next slide is visible, amma. General characteristics of the viruses. It is visible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. One second. Now,
Yes, sir.
okay. So the general characteristics of the viruses may the our viruses are very smaller than the bacteria or other organisms also, other microbes. Compared to other microorganisms, viruses are very smaller than the bacteria. The range of the size between the nanometers diameter we are observed, and the viruses contain only one type of nucleic acid, either DNA or RNA. Are you ever heard term nucleic acids? Nucleic acids which are present in the nucleus. So they are DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid or ribonucleic acid. My dear friends, all the organisms they are possess DNA and RNA. Both the nucleic acids are present except viruses. Viruses contain only either DNA or RNA, but never both. So These two types of the nucleic acid we never observed in the viruses, only either RNA or DNA. Remember, my dear friends, majority of the animal or human causing disease viruses, they are possesses DNA. They are possess DNA. But all plant viruses, they are possess RNA. But some of the exemptions also there. For example, human immunodeficiency virus, HIV. Are you ever heard the HIV virus?
Yes, sir.
In AIDS disease, we are observed HIV virus. They are possess RNA, but all animal viruses are including human viruses. They are possess DNA. But HIV, polio, and in previous 2 years back, we are observed a pandemic situation caused by which virus?
COVID-19.
Very good. COVID-19 also possess which type of nucleic acid?
RNA.
Very good. Single stranded RNA. So these RNA, which they are present, human or even the animal viruses, HIV, polio, and the coronavirus or COVID-19 virus, they are possess RNA. But generally, DNA is present in all animal viruses. At the same time, the virus consists nucleic acid surrounded by a protein sheath. The protein sheath we can call as the protein sheath. We can call as the capsid layer or capsid. It is an envelope surrounded on nucleic acid. Okay, some viruses along with this protein layer or protein coat, some of the additional lipoprotein envelope is also we are observed. That we can call as peplomeres. Okay, remember, my dear friends, these viruses does not possess any cellular structure. Why? Because there is no definite cell wall, there is no definite plasma membrane, there is no any cell organelles are present, including uh, mitochondria and other ribosomes also does not possess in these viruses. So that's why the our viruses are acellular nature. Acellular means there is no definite cell structure, there is no definite cell membrane, or including even though the cell wall also. So that's why our viruses are acellular structure. There is no definite cell structure we are observed in viruses. And also remember, my dear friends, the viruses are obligate acellular parasites. They replicate only inside the living cells. So that's why viruses also called as connecting link between living and non-living organism. Living and non-living organism, which means viruses, they can show the living organism characteristic features whenever inside the living cell, and viruses, they are shows non-living organism characteristic features whenever they are outside the living cells of the host cells. So that's why our viruses also we can call as connecting link between living and non-living organisms. Viruses only whenever the present inside the living cells, they can ability to produce number of copies of the viruses through replication process. So viruses are replicate inside the living cell. Okay, their nucleic acid and synthesis of the viral proteins. Viruses do not multiply in chemically defined media. Viruses do not undergo binary fission. Only they can replicate inside the living cell by the usage of the nucleic acid, and they can replicate to produce, or they can synthesize new copies of the nucleic acid and also viral proteins. And the structure of the virus we can going to discuss in this slide. The complete single particle of the virus is called virion. So virion Virion, it is a single particle of the virus. Virion is nothing but virus particle, my dear friends. Are you ever heard term the meaning of the virus? Are you know what is the meaning of virus? In your intermediate second year also you are already studied. What is the meaning of virus? Anybody can tell, my dear friends.
Flu.
Uh, not at all. So virus means poisonous liquid or liquid poison. Virus means liquid poison or poisonous liquid. Am I right? Are you agree or not? Virus means poisonous liquid or liquid poison. Remember. And my dear friends, remember this virion, they are possess center nucleic acid in the center core, and that is surrounded by protein sheath. The protein sheath we can call as capsid. Protein sheath of the virion we can call as capsid. This capsid number of small subunits. The capsid, they are possess number of smaller subunits. The number of smaller subunits of the protein sheath we can call as capsomeres. Okay. Along with capsomeres, some of the lipid subunits also we are observed that lipid subunits we can call as peplomers. Peplomers. Okay. Central core consists nucleic acid, either DNA or RNA, but both of they are does not possess. Remember, my dear friends, only DNA or RNA present. Inside the host cells, RNA or DNA exists in the form of replicating nucleic acid molecules, devoid of protein coat also. Is it right? This slide is visible. Structure of the virus. Then the capsid we can going to discuss in this slide. This slide is visible, my dear friends. Capsid.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the capsid is composed of large number of protein subunits. The subunits are of the same shape. The subunits also we can call as capsomeres. The arrangement of the capsomeres determines the shape of the virus particle. Among the viruses, there are three different types of the symmetry, my dear friends. Maybe the cubic symmetry, or helical symmetry, or the binary symmetry. Binary means both. Binary symmetry means very complexity nature. Both the cubic and helical structure, both they are present. So that's why the complex nature of the symmetry we can call as binary symmetry. Okay. The capsid protects the nucleic acid against the action of the nuclease enzymes. In some viruses, capsid is further covered by thin lipid membrane that we can call as peplos or peplomers. Okay, in this slide image, we are observed one of the virus. The virus inside the red colored center core consists nucleic acid, that is also we can call as genome, and genome is surrounded by protein sheath that we can call as capsid. Am I right? And the along the protein capsid is also possess a different design designated, or some of the other designs we are observed on the surface of the protein capsid that we can call as phospholipid envelope. Okay, so the phospholipid envelope, they are possess number of different projections. Maybe the star shape, maybe the aster shape, maybe the pin like structures, maybe the spherical structures we are observed on the surface of the phospholipid envelope or protein capsid. That we can call as spikes. We are observed in the coronavirus, number of spikes we are observed, star shaped and aster shaped. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So based on that structure, viruses can, the virus name has given based on the structure of the envelope, based on the external structure of the virus. And the inside or the central core consists genetic material or nucleic acid. This slide is visible. Nucleic acid or genetic material.
Yes, sir.
So the virus contain double-stranded DNA or single-stranded DNA, or even though the RNA viruses, they are possess the genetic material, maybe the single-stranded or double-stranded RNA, or even though they are in linear manner or circular manner, on the basis of the number of strands, 4 different types of the nucleic acids were found in the different viruses. Okay, number one, double-stranded DNA, and the second one is the single-stranded DNA, and third one is the double-stranded RNA, and fourth one is the single-stranded RNA. Okay, so the nucleic acid has genetic information for the synthesis of the variety of the proteins. Okay, see here. So which one they are possess double-stranded DNA, and which one they are possess RNA viruses? Maybe the double-stranded or maybe the single-stranded. This slide is visible. Types of the nucleic acids and number of strands, maybe the double strands or maybe the single strands. So
Yes, sir.
the polyoma virus, okay, the polyoma virus, they are possess a double-stranded DNA, and the fox virus, they are possess double-stranded DNA. Coliphages, that is T2 bacteriophages, they are possess DNA, double-stranded DNA, and the coliphase T4 bacteriophage and T3 bacteriophage, they are also possess double-stranded DNA, and herpes virus, adenovirus, and colimavirus, cauliflower mosaic virus, that is also we can call as CMV virus. These are all possess double-stranded DNA as a genetic material or genome. Is it right or not? And M13 or S13 Escherichia coli bacteriophage, they are possess single-stranded DNA. And parvovirus, they are possess single-stranded DNA. Is it right or not? Are you follow, my dear friends? And RNA viruses, reovirus, the best examples of the RNA virus, reovirus, wound tumor virus, okay, retrovirus, that is nothing but Rho sarcoma virus, TMB virus, poliomyelitis, influenza, mumps, bacteriophage, MS2 phase, avian leukemia virus. These are all RNA viruses. Among these RNA viruses, they may be the double-stranded RNA, they may be the single-stranded RNA. Among these first 3 RNA viruses, they are possess double-stranded RNA. That is reovirus, wound tumor virus, and retrovirus. They are double-stranded RNA. Remaining all single-stranded RNA. TMV, tobacco mosaic virus. It is the genetic material is single-stranded RNA. Poliomyelitis, that is the single-stranded RNA. Influenza virus consists of single-stranded RNA as a genetic material. Mumps, okay. Are you ever heard of mumps? Mumps.
Yes, sir.
So these possess a single-stranded RNA as a genetic material, and MS2 phase bacteriophage also possess single-stranded RNA virus, and avian leukemia virus, they are also possess single-stranded RNA virus. Is it right? Is it clear in this slide? Next, what are the common characteristics of the living and non-living organism of the viruses? So they are easily transmitted from one organism to another organism. They are not affected by antibiotics. Remember, my dear, why they are not affected by antibiotics? Anybody can tell? Why they are not affected by antibiotics? You know, the first antibiotic is penicillin, and the another another antibiotics are streptomyces, kanamycin, terramycin, gentamicin. Okay. So these are all different antibiotics. They are not affected on a virus. Why? Anybody can tell? Are you here?
Protein.
So they are not affected by antibiotics, which means viruses, they are not possess cell wall. Viruses does not possess plasma membrane. So that's why antibiotics only effects on the cell wall of the organism, my dear friends. All microorganisms affected. Why? Because they are possess cell wall and including plasma membrane. But our viruses does not possess any cell wall or plasma membrane. So that's why antibiotics does not affected on viruses. Is it right or not? And along with they do not have protoplasm, they do not have enzyme system, they do not respire, they do not grow, they are not move in extracellular state, they do not show any response to external environment, they do not multiply outside the host cell. These five characteristic features, they are related to non-living organism characteristic features, and about two characteristic features, they are shows about the living organism characteristic features. Okay, and the another living organism characteristic features, they replicate although inside the living cells. Nucleic acids present in their body are capable of synthesizing protein for their coat, although they are ribosomes of the host for the purpose. And nucleic acids show similar gene mutations and recombination as chromosomes of living organisms. Okay, and they causes diseases like bacteria and fungal members in different organisms like plants, animals, and including human beings also. They can adapt to their changing environment, my dear friends. So based on these five characteristic features, viruses are living organisms. And based on the previous slide, these five characteristic features, viruses are non-living nature. So that's why our viruses also treated as connecting link between living and non-living organism. Then what are the how many types of the viruses? See here, the slide is visible, my dear friends. Types of the viruses.
Yes, sir.
So depending upon their host, viruses are classified into different types of the bacteria, viruses. Number one, bacteriophages. Are you ever heard term bacteriophage? What is the meaning of bacteriophage? Anybody can tell? Bacteriophage means eater of bacteria. Bacteriophage means eater of bacteria. Bacteriophage means the phage viruses, they are attacked on bacteria. That viruses we can call as bacteriophage. Bacteriophage means eater of bacteria. Okay, they can swallowing, they can eating of the bacteria. That viruses we can call as bacteriophages. Okay, viruses that parasites bacteria are called bacteriophage or phages. And animal viruses means the viruses, they are infect all animals, they are causing different diseases, the diseases such as smallpox, chickenpox, rabies, poliomyelitis, mumps, measles, influenza, hepatitis. Are you ever heard term hepatitis? The viruses infect liver cells. So that's in hepatitis, critical organism of our body, liver can affect. So hepatitis and common cold, these are all some of the diseases in human beings, are including in animals and including human beings also. And certain leukemias and cancers also caused by viruses. Okay, such viruses are called reoviruses or Oncoviruses. Oncology. The study of cancers we can call as oncology. Okay. Oncoviruses means the viruses causing
చాలా కొంచెం పెట్టుకుంటావా
cancer disease.
పెట్టుకో
The viruses we can call as
Because of
oncoviruses. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then plant viruses. That viruses also we can call as phytophages. Phyto means plants. Phages means viruses. Viruses, they can infect the different plants. Okay. The first identified, first observed virus, that is the tobacco mosaic virus, observed by Dmitry Ivanovsky, belongs to Russian scientist, and tobacco retrovirus, that is TRV, and potato virus, potato spindle tuber virus, PSTV, and southern bean mosaic virus, that is SBMV, and beet yellow mosaic virus, that is BYV, and turnip yellow virus, TYV. These are all some viruses can infect the different plants and causing diseases. And cyanophages means viruses, they can infect, they can attack on blue green algae. That phases we can call as cyanophages. Mycophages means, anybody can tell? Mycophages means
ఫ్లింక్ ఉందా హార్డ్ ఎఫ్
చెప్పండి.
Fungal parasites.
Yeah.
Fungal
ఏంటి ఉందా
So the viruses can infect, or the viruses, they can causing the disease,
హార్డ్ ఉంది
or they are depends of the parasites on fungal members. That phages we can call as mycophages.
గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ క్యాటిల్ ఇస్
Okay.
కాల్డ్ HERD
Coliphages means
కన్నయ్య తిని
viruses,
తీసుకున్నానా
they are depends on Escherichia coli bacteria. That phages we can call as coliphages. Okay.
నెక్స్ట్ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్
Gymophages means
of wolves.
స్పెల్లింగ్
Gymophages means
WLVES.
gymophages.
Wolves.
Viruses, they can infect or they can attack on yeast. They are parasites of
అంటే నక్క లాంటివి
yeast cells. That phages we can call as gymophages. Are you agree or not?
ప్యాక్
అయిపోయింది లాస్ట్
So based on the host specificity, we can call as bacteriophages,
లాస్ట్ ఒకటే
animal
కదా.
phages,
అక్కడ ఉంది కదా
plant phages, that means phytophages,
ఆన్సర్స్ ఉన్నాయి
cyanophages,
చూడు
mycophages,
అదే ఏంటి చెప్పు
okay,
కరెక్ట్ తప్ప
coliphages, gymophages. Is it right or not?
ఫ్లక్
ఫ్లాక్ FLOCK
అదే
Are you following, my dear friends?
ఇది లేదంట
వెరీ గుడ్
Then the detailed structure of the bacteriophage we can go into discuss in this slide. The bacteriophage slide is visible, my dear friends.
బిట్ అన్న టీచర్
Yes, sir.
Okay. So bacteriophage means eater of bacteria. Generally the bacteriophages are the T-even bacteriophages. T-even bacteriophages means T2, T4, T6, T8. Am I right? T-even.
ఈ విధంగా వేసిన
T-even numbers.
చూస్ డబుల్
So the first bacteriophage
ఫ్లైట్
was discovered by Twart, the scientist Twart, and name
చూడాలి
has coined by D. Herelli.
అన్నట్టు
D. Herelli. Okay. And the bacteriophage looks like a tadpole shape, my dear friends. They are possess
Cool.
different. They are
Cool.
differentiated into head, collar, and tail. Head, collar, and tail. The head of the bacteriophage, they are polyhedral or hexagonal, and its head capsid is made up of about the 2000 capsomeres. Capsomeres are the nothing but the subunits of the capsid, or protein subunits we can call as capsomeres. 2000 capsomeres are present in the head part of the bacteriophage. The head capsid encloses a circular double-stranded DNA, my dear friend. The genome of the bacteriophage, that is double-stranded DNA. Okay. The tail is long and in the form of the halo cylinder. It consists of a central hollow core surrounded by a spring-like contractile sheath, and also the tail plate, they are possess 6
ప్యాక్ ఉంది
the long thread-like structures we can call as
ARMY.
tail fibers,
Army.
which are useful for the attachment or absorption of the surface of the bacteria cell wall, and which is also useful for the identification of the specific sites on the bacteria cell wall whenever they are going to replicate or whenever they are going to absorb, that they are going to attach on the surface of the bacteria. So these T4 bacteriophage, the long tail fibers are used for the identification of the specific sites on the bacteria. Is it right? I hope that the bacteriophage structure we are clearly observed in this slide. కనబడుతుందా?
కార్యం ఫస్ట్ రాసుకున్నాక వేస్ట్ చేయకు చెప్తున్నా ఇవ్వాలన్నా.
Is it visible?
Yes. Double.
Okay. And the another virus we are observed in this slide, that is HIV virus. We don't want to discuss because it is not in our syllabus, my dear friends. And actually virus, they can source about the genetic recombinations, that means replication process we are observed inside the living cells. That is in two types of the replicable process we are observed, that is lytic life cycle and lysogenic life cycle. This lytic and lysogenic life cycle or replication process of the viruses we'll going to discuss next class, my dear friends. And before summing of this class, we are going to discuss about the virion, viroid and prion. Are you following, my dear friends? Virion.
Yes, sir.
Are you observed virion? Virion is nothing but single particle of the virus. It contains center core nucleic acid and surrounded by protein sheath. But viroid, in this viroid, they does not possess protein sheath, only naked nucleic acid, naked genome is present. That part of the viroid, that part of the virion we can call as viroid. So this viroid has discovered by,
homework
anybody can tell? Viroid was discovered by Raymer and Danier. Raymer and Danier.
Proof is the first one.
These viroid can ability to infect the plants, that is potato spindle tuber disease. Potato spindle tuber disease caused by viroid. Viroid means naked nucleic acid can ability to infect the plants or the diseases. Okay. Viroid was discovered by Raymer and Danier.
Good. Next time.
And the third one, that is prion. Are you ever heard term prion? Prion term has heard any time, my dear friends, in your previous class?
Yes, sir.
Prion, what is the difference between viroid, virion, viroid and prion? Anybody can tell?
They are smaller than the viroid, I think.
Very good. So virus particle is nothing but virion. Virion contains both capsid and genome, that means nucleic acid. Nucleic acid and protein sheath, both they are present in virion. But viroid, they are only possess nucleic acid. Naked nucleic acid is present. Protein coat is absent. That means the capsid is absent. That we can call as viroid. Then what about the prion? Only infecting ability of the protein sheath is present. Nucleic acid is absent. That part of the virion we can call as prion. Okay. Prion. So this prion is discovered by, prion has discovered by Stanley Pushner. Prion has discovered by Stanley Pushner. The prion is causing different diseases in animals. Are you ever seen some of the goats and sheep? They are loss of the hair of the body. They are only shows about the bald head, and the body is also lost their hair, and also including the upper layer of the skin. That disease we can call as scrappy disease. Which disease, Amma? Scrappy disease. This scrappy disease caused by prion or prion. Okay, infecting ability of the protein coat or capsid only. Caused scrappy disease in sheep and goats. In this scrappy disease, goats and sheep lost their hair on the body, including outer layer of the skin. Are you following, my dear friends?
ఏం లేదు.
Mainly rainy season we are observed. Shepherd man, they are he is observed how the suffering of these goats and sheep in the rainy season, causing of this prion. And the another disease in animals, that is mad cow disease. Are you ever heard term mad cow disease? Mad cow disease, not bad cow. Mad cow. Mad cow disease caused by prion. In Britain, some lakhs of the buffaloes or oxes or cows, they are going to lose their lives just because of this prion. In this disease, cows are going to behave different types, and they are in mad. They are going to what we can say that ఏమని చెప్పుకుంటామంటే అవి విపరీతంగా ప్రవర్తిస్తూ ఏం చేస్తాయంటే ఎదురుగా వచ్చిన వాటిని ఢీకొట్టుకుంటూ వెళ్తాయి. గోడ అడ్డొచ్చిన గోడను గుద్దుకొని ఏమైతే అంటే అవి చచ్చిపోతాయి అన్నమాట. వింటున్నారమ్మా? Are you going to sleep? Are you following, my dear friends? Are you feel bored? Are you feel bored?
No, sir.
So in mad cow disease, cows are going to behave in mad. Okay, they are going to fall down whenever they are reaches the walls, or even though మనం ఏమని చెప్పుకుంటామంటే ఎదురుగా వచ్చేటువంటి దేనైనా ఢీకొని చచ్చిపోతాయి. అండ్ ఆల్సో మై డియర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, రిమెంబర్ ది mad cow disease affected of the cow's flesh. Somebody or some of the human beings, they are going to eat. The fellows also affected. The disease called Creutzfeldt-Jakob.
హలో.
What disease, Amma? Creutzfeldt-Jakob. Creutzfeldt-Jakob. So mad cow
చేస్తా.
disease affected cows flesh, who
సరే.
whenever swallowing or whenever they are eating, the fellow human beings also caused the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Which disease, Amma? Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Okay, so this is about today's class, my dear friends. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about the replication of the virus. So the life cycle of the viruses and the transmission of the viruses, how to control the transmission of the viruses. Tomorrow class we will going to discuss. Okay, so regarding of this class, if you have any doubt, please ask me. Madam garu, Manjula Madam garu,
సార్.
and my dear friends.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Okay, so may I leave with your permission?
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.